Hell! There's mechanical monsters coming!
The aerotrams are inoperable. Use the bridge to cross into the artisanal district.
You've still got your drink?
Evacuate into the church for the time being. Bracers will be there in roughly 10 minutes.
Yang, you're okay. You made it, and roughly 2 minutes ahead of what I expected at that. Just about. You're weirdly calm with everything going on. Yeah, again, he's got his drink. Didn't Almata come through here? They did, as I predicted. Professor Callaghan's death also did not come as a surprise. Then I have implemented security measures to temporarily block all unauthorized external interference into our laboratories. As a result, my work in the city has been complete since noon today. Oh. In light of that, I would be well within my rights to be out of the city by now, but I owe the students at least this much. That is why I have been assisting the one formerly known as Kitty with evacuating everyone while awaiting your arrival. Yang, you're really going to leave? Can't believe you were able to conceive of effective countermeasures to that parallel distributed computing in such a short time. Don't really care what goes on in that head of yours, but I see you're at least willing to cooperate with us some. I know there's a lot of archaism inside now, but did we just see the last people in the building leave? All of the faculty and the students of Aramis, together with tourists and other accounted for visitors, have left. So there could be few people inside we don't know about. However, security camera footage captured a young man with mint-colored hair and a young woman adorned with bandages inside. Oh dear. A bracer and 2 police officers also passed through here earlier and have yet to return. So that sadistic bastard is here. And so is that puppeteer we met in Tharbad. I'm worried about the bracer and the police officers now. So they're part of the mafia that deceived Professor Callaghan and then cast him aside. I won't let them make a mess of Professor Hamilton's home a moment longer. You're going inside then? Surely you know that this is no task for a researcher. Please continue to help with the evacuation efforts, Yang. Don't worry about me. I have Theo and Zeros with me. We'll help keep him safe, of course. There's no way this is ending peacefully anymore, but we'll at least try and stop things from getting any worse. Don't overdo it then, is all I ask. Even if you do have Theo and Zeros with you. I know. I won't. I still can't just, like, ignore the fact he's just holding a drink being like, yeah, this is normal everyday stuff for me, whatever. He's too calm. He's just too calm. This would not fall within the purview of a researcher, but if needs must, I'll not stop you. I'm sure they would appreciate a mind as wise and rational as yours, provided you can control your impulses, of course. I'll make sure of it. Please be careful yourself, yeah? You needn't worry about me. I've started to recognize our enemy's patterns and movements. You'd be wise not to overexert yourself. Bear your limits and abilities in mind. He's always so calm and collected no matter what's happening around him. I have to be more like him. I don't know how you could be that calm. Like, again, just like, oh yeah, just got my little cup of tea in hand, it's all fine, whatever. I'll leave Katra in your hands. In the meantime, I will help the Institute's evacuation efforts and direct security countermeasures as needed. Okay. Right, so where are we going? We want to head over to the observatory. There's nothing else we can go to. Righto. Ready for the doggies?
The observatory is on the left side of the campus.
Got it. Then we'll cut through the building and get there ASAP.
Is that it? Right. The door's locked. Someone must have locked it to keep the archaisms from coming inside. I'll have to find another way around.
This place is crawling with mechanical nightmares.
It's a good thing Yang got everyone out when he did.
What is going on with those, though? The generators. Going red. Just most woody. How many generators are there?
Okay.
Just the 2? Oh, there's a road back there. I suppose that heads off towards the canyon. But yeah, I only see the 2 generators. Unless I'm missing one, like, behind the building or something. Anyway. Look, there's people on the ground. Are you alright? They look heavily wounded, but their lives aren't in immediate danger. What happened? A guy with a dagger and a girl with a giant puppet went inside. They activated. Activated? Imagine she was going to mention the central terminal. But how could someone from the outside know about that? Maybe the professor told him before they killed him. Well, we got them cornered now. Yeah, let's get inside. It's time to put an end to this.
This looks like a stopping point.
I mean, it does, but there's a shop around here, so, you know.
Well...
Nothing worth getting. Triple dot. She's out cold. I really don't like leaving her here, but we need to hurry. So I'm wondering if, just based on what they said there, maybe Hamilton's somehow involved? Like, Hamilton will know about, like, the central console and stuff. Right? Three generators, there's one there, look. But yeah, like, she would know about that, right? Maybe that's where she actually went? That's a possibility? Like, maybe she's working with them, or maybe she's been captured herself. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure on that, obviously. Just, you never know. Let's get these going, get our CP back up. And I'm still waiting on Katra's S-Craft, but we'll keep it as is. Group-wise for now, and recover HP and EP.
That hits the spot.
And is there anything else I need before I go in? Is there anything down here I haven't used? Fortitude, defense. Well, you are becoming our main evasion tank with our backup evasion tank here, so just in case for some reason things don't work out. I'll actually give that... Still give that to you, though, there, Van. Because you are a good attacker. So strength would be good. Right, let's head on in.
The telescope's nowhere to be seen now.
That's the main terminal, then?
That's right. It's also known as the Aurora, and it's the pride of Basel.
The Aurora.
Professors Hamilton and Callaghan led the charge in making it 4 years ago with the Institute, Vern, the Epstein Foundation, and ZCF support.
See, that it's weird hearing it as ZCF. It's ZCF to me, mate. But anyway, yeah, Hamilton. That could be part of what's going on.
But what program is it running?
I can't make heads or tails of such complex code.
Look up there!
The 5th Genesis. Figures we'd find it here, along with...
I suspected you would come, Arkwright Solutions.
Like, I was like, oh, look, there's the central terminal. And then they have a little discussion about that. And then it's like, oh, there's the Genesis. Oh, yeah, and there's the two people staring at us. Could have started with them.
Oh, that we would meet again so soon after the film festival. It must be Adios's will bringing us together. The threads of fate bind us ever so strongly indeed.
You're saying this is the choice of Steins Gate?
Can't say I'm not a fan of that kind of thing.
The monsters from the gardens who stole Ida from us!
Oh, you learned the name of my old home, did you? And I see that Marduk concierge has officially joined your ranks. Professor Hamilton's favorite little one, too. Aren't we getting popular?
This kid's just with us as an advisor.
So you're the ones who led Professor Callaghan astray. What are you trying to do with the Aurora? You have no right to be using it.
Oh, how misunderstood I am. I'll have you know that the professor and I had quite a special connection. In fact, he gave us permission to use it. And since he was one of the developers, I think that does give us the right.
Still could be something going on with Hamilton, though. So I just keep a pin in that just in case. Like, you never know.
This was very different from the relationship I had with President Dillon, by the way. It was more one of mutual benefit. Though I'll admit that certain inclinations of his did make my job a lot easier.
What the?
A sensual whisper here, a little buttering up there, and he was more than ready to break every taboo I ever wanted.
How could you exploit someone so?
It's not our place to judge what turns someone on. That stuff's personal.
Well, yeah, but it's still despicable of him to use that against him.
But you're still a piece of shit with a parking spot reserved in Gehenna.
There we go. Thank you, Aaron.
Right, and we'll be happy to give you a taste of the flames that await you right here. We're going to recover that Genesis and avenge those you've taken from this world.
Look at me, public enemy number one. Think you could lend me a shoulder to cry on, Olympia?
You are only reaping what you sowed. Of course, the terms of my contract also do not allow me to simply give you all what you want.
That angelic being we saw in Tharbad.
Theo!
Scanning material makeup. Unknown. High probability that the target is a form of artifact.
Ooh.
Thought so. It's about the only thing that explains how it can fight like it does. There's more to it than meets the eye, too.
Indeed. Take care, everyone.
Your instincts serve you well. Incidentally, as I did not have the opportunity to introduce myself in Tharbad.
Olympia. We covered that.
I am Olympia, overseer of the Garden of Aram. This is Ishtanti. Our contract is with Almada at this time, so we remain focused on their needs. But should you require our services after that, we would be happy to oblige.
What? You're asking if we want to hire an assassin?
This some kind of joke? Or are you really out of your damn mind?
I was only trying to promote my services.
I mean, yeah, Van does do that quite a bit as well, to be honest.
It's true. She's not capable of joking, I'm afraid. As you can see, she's got work on the brain. Well, I think that's enough preamble. Been a good while, you know, since I tapped into my power as an overseer.
They're auras!
Of course they've been suppressing their power all this time.
We'll need to use shards however we can to survive. Do whatever it takes to hold out.
Instantly thought of Persona 4 then randomly.
I can barely keep up with what's happening, but let's do this. Theo! Zeros! We can't allow these intruders to defile this sacred place a moment longer.
Sacred place.
Understood.
Rough.
Deploying shards!
Right, who's first then?
I'm Melchior of the Thorns. I'll be playing with you today.
Olympia of Aram, executing contract.
Okay, did I not get Van all the way up to 200? Don't you tell me to boost. I'll boost when I want to boost. I'm boosting.
Oh, what's the matter?
Shush you.
This'll hurt!
Ready when you are.
This'll hurt!
We'll go for the slow.
Too late! You're toast!
Activating skill.
Yes!
Okay. That seemed to work, actually. That's kind of cool. Right, we'll stick back here for now.
Go all out!
But we will go with getting that on you.
Shield! Protect everyone!
Here's our chance!
Okay, what do we want? What do we want? You can try for the blind, that'd be useful. Right. Yo. Boost. Boost.
Go all out!
Oh, what's the matter?
Activating
Time for
skill.
the main event!
It's a crit.
Fans alive! Raid!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked. Engaging shield.
Heavenly Rondo.
Okay, we're good.
Like hell you are!
What do you mean? Like hell, I am good. Well, that's worrying.
Slice and dice 'em!
My
Okay.
move now.
Yeah, it is your move, but still, what are they?
This'll
All
hurt.
out!
I'm gonna do the coin bullets.
Keep it up! Give it your all!
Think fast. Take that.
Here's our chance!
Like, do I move away from them? Like, what do they do? Decaying Purge. I don't want to stand near those guys, because if they're getting all the attention, they've got the evasion going. So it's like, might throw out Ignis Rampage,
Out and scatter them.
just to be sure we try and get those little guys. Because I'm not sure what they do, so I want to be very wary.
Ignis. Rampage.
Activating skill. Boost gauge
Here's our
limit
chance.
crushed.
That didn't take them out, though.
This'll do the trick.
Let's go... Yeah, we'll go with that because of the CP boost.
Satellite charge!
Even though we got a crit.
You
I know
saved
you
me.
are.
I'm just gonna go with another Ignis Rampage, just to be sure here.
Activating skill.
It worries me. It worries me.
Activating skill.
Oh, I get it now.
So that is how it is.
Boost gauge limit crushed.
Nice. Moving on up.
I was just making sure I took out the floaty things. Okay.
Is everyone all right? But Malak is even more deadly than we thought.
Pisses me off. You haven't been taking us seriously all this time, have you?
Oh, I showed Beauty's blade a little of what I'm capable of. Just not you.
How dare you?
Your strength is within my predicted parameters, including those orbital drones.
As if that doll wasn't bad enough. Now we've got those bomb artifacts to deal with too.
The Garden's overseers are capable of even more than we feared it would seem.
If only I could make better use of Theo and Zeros' potential.
Like an S-Craft.
You're just so much fun to play with that you've got me all worked up. I don't think I can resist the urge anymore.
What does that mean?
I know they've got the boss curious. Surely there's no harm in slicing them open while he's not looking.
I am not your boss and will not speak for him. Do as you please.
Bring it, you son of a bitch!
The flames of the Kruga have only just begun to burn. What?
Decoding process complete. Executing emergence program.
What?
Where am I? I see. So it was a success.
That sounds like...
It does.
Well, would you look at that? It worked! So how does it feel, Professor? What's it like living in the digital world?
It is even more comfortable than I had imagined. I'm frankly surprised by how comfortable it is, but I suppose it also makes complete logical sense. This is how it feels to be liberated of burdens and distractions. I can think more clearly than ever. The final stage of my work will be a breeze like this, Your expectations will be met.
Oh, that's my big professor. You will be handsomely rewarded for your work.
A recording? No, wait.
You are correct, young lady. This is no mere recording. I am the genuine David Callaghan, Professor of Engineering Science at the Basel Institute of Science, and a researcher whose name will go down in history.
How the hell is this even possible?
We saw your body in the swamp!
No way. Don't tell me.
His knowledge, personality, and memories have all been converted into an AI. Most likely through the power of the Genesis. Also that he could surpass the limitations of the human mind and become a singularity.
Professor Callaghan, how could...
Well, you're even more perceptive than I expected. What a vexatious little maid you are.
Must you be like this every time, Melchior? Our work here is done. We have no reason to stay any longer.
Fine. I suppose you're right. We'll see you later, Professor.
Very good, then. I will be waiting for you.
Very much thinking of Warhammer at the moment. 40k, that is. Servitors.
Warning! Explosives detected!
That little bastard.
The Aurora! Zeros! Use your stun mode to stop...
No you don't!
No!
Ketra, you can't!
Get back here!
I won't let it happen. I won't let anyone damage the place she holds so dear.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, she's gonna have to be repaired now, isn't she?
Risette!
Shit!
Damn it!
There it is! I thought something was off about you, but I never figured it ran that deep. I wonder if this is what came out of analyzing that other emperor and the rest of those types.
I will need to revise my expectations of Marduk's capabilities.
And speak of the devil, I suppose it's time we made our exit then,
As someone connected to another being not of flesh, you have my respect. Till we meet again.
Oh. He has no clue what's going on. Blah 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 blah. Yes, blah 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 blah. So who we got here?
No way.
Risette!
This is all my fault.
You gonna be okay?
Yes. I think so.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology. So many little threads leading back to Reverie. It's the name of the game, everyone. The 25th. (9:04 a.m.) The entire city is in lockdown. Who could have seen this coming? What's going to happen to us? I hope Anya's is okay. Ren, too. All we can do is wait for them to get in touch. Sorry, but what the hell is with that massive airship? The IX Alba? X-Alba? Oh. Currently being tested by Marduk. Very high tech. Conference room! It's there! Anyway, yes, yes. Oh, conference room.
I apologize for our sudden arrival during the frenzied events of yesterday.
Gilliam Thorndyke.
To start this off, I am General Manager of Marduk Total Security Company, Gilliam Thorndyke.
Who's the guy behind you, though?
This is our Chief of Security, Qasim Al-Fayed.
Ah. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, there was something about his design that reminded me of Ferry, so it's like, okay, cool.
A pleasure to meet you all.
Triple dots. Al-Fayed. Is he? No doubt about it.
I was not expecting you to travel all the way to Basel, but it is an honor to meet you all the same. I've heard many a rumor about how shrewd a manager you are, Mr. Thorndyke. Together with your Chief of Security's combat exploits.
You make me blush, Your Highness.
I am humbled by your words.
I arrived in my home country a few days ago, so I'm afraid I'm not up to date on all the latest developments. But am I to understand that Marduk will be responsible for securing the city of Basel for the remainder of the day?
That is correct. Off the record, a presidential executive order was issued yesterday to that effect. A CID Special Ops unit will be arriving in the city this evening. Marduk's task will be to secure key facilities in Basel until they are ready.
A special ops unit? Sending in Hercules, huh? Wouldn't shock me if you belonged to him too, miss. You're very astute.
We've also brought one of the X-Alba series of airships that we're currently testing on behalf of the Republican Army. Said airship will allow us to ensure the integrity of the orbital network.
Which is how we're able to have this conversation, I suppose. Your concierge isn't the only way you've gotten your hooks into Basel, I've seen.
Our goals on this particular occasion are simply to protect this city and its orbital network. Rest assured that much like your country, we have no intention of getting too deeply involved in Basel's affairs.
That is our stance as well. We are only doing what we consider necessary. Very well, I will take your word on that. For now. Quelling the chaos unfolding before us clearly does come first. However, given our stake in Vern and the connection to the Institute, this current state of affairs is of grave concern to us. You have a lot to answer for here as CEO, Mr. Torsend. Please, if I may defend myself, I never could have seen this coming.
There is some merit to that argument, but it also leaves out a number of key facts. You are to see that shareholders' Mira is used to generate a profit, and yet you covered up a huge potential problem for over a month. We confirmed last night that it wasn't just Almada's money being used for ill. Elsime's investments were also misappropriated. And if these are the result of you turning a blind eye to Professor Callaghan's behavior all this time...
You keep your mouth shut! Just who do you think you are? Who gave you the right to speak?
Mate, you have no idea who you're talking to.
I don't care if you are student council president at Aramis. This is none of your...
I am here as a special advisor for Liberal's ZCF. I also serve as a negotiator representing the Epstein Foundation. In other words, I'm here to speak up against anything that threatens their interests, which this has. Now, do I have the right to speak?
Got him. Ren. Now that's a dramatic twist straight out of a play. I've heard rumors swirling about you, but I never expected you to show up here. Still, she's right. We aren't the only shareholder that will be concerned by this. Other related companies will be as well. I hope you don't need me to spell out exactly what kind of situation you're in here. But...
When will you grow a damn spine? The danger here isn't over. Anyone can see that.
I mean, you nearly broke his spine, but okay.
And you still intend to do nothing after what happened to Callaghan? Professor Hamilton left you in charge of Vern, of Basel. Don't you feel any shame?
In any event, we now have half a day before the cogs start turning again. Even if we do nothing, the Calvardian government will see to it that matters are resolved. But knowing how egregiously my country's funds have been misused, I refuse to stand by and do nothing. So, Arkwright Solutions. Might I enlist your services for the remainder of the day?
The remainder of the day? I thought we were going back to Edith at this point.
Of course, you can approach the task in whatever way best suits you, just as you did in Tharbad and have done many times before. My only true wish is that you put a stop to Almada's plans before they can bear fruit. Does this sound doable?
Wait, there's still more to do in this chapter? Again, I thought this was like us wrapping up. Okay.
We'll be well compensated for this, I trust?
After the conference...
Qasim, why?
It's been some time, Farida.
I suspected you two were related. Your brother, right? Never expected him to be one of Marduk's hunting dogs.
I hear you've been taking good care of my sister, Arkwright Solutions. As for you, Van, it's been 2 years, I believe?
Oh, hello.
I understand you've greatly improved your use of the stun caliber and your martial arts. Risette mentioned as much. As your former instructor, that fills me with great pride.
Oh. I try. Still not so hot with the tactics stuff you taught me, though. I've heard all kinds of stories about you, too, but never expected our first meeting to be like this.
In that, we are agreed. Still, while we might be providing our services and your weapon, I believe the contract between us to be an equal one. I hope that we can continue our fine partnership, Mr. Arkwright.
Ooh. Yeah, let's not get too friendly. I'm not interested in becoming any more than just a contractor for you. Still, since we're here, there is one thing I want to ask. Risette, you know, just how long has she been like that?
Information on our concierge is classified, I'm afraid.
Ooh.
However, if an approximate time frame will suffice, I suppose I can oblige. About a year ago.
Something seemed off about her all this time. We first started talking 3 years ago, but the first time we actually met was just in Tharbad. Even when I visited Ored for lessons on tactics, she was conveniently unavailable. That sounds like... Does that mean...
Still, I know she's in good hands with Associate Professor Archett. I also happen to bring some compatible parts that she can use. Though I regret that Ms. Twinings will not be able to provide you with any more of her services for the time being.
Well, yeah, you need to repair her, so... You ain't got nothing to apologize for. I doubt any amount of workers' comp I could give her would make up for forcing her to do something that crazy. But either way, that's my problem to deal with, not yours.
Well, I apologize for meddling in your affairs then. With that said, we must take our leave. We've negotiations with the Republican Army to attend to. As I mentioned during the conference, we've no intention of interfering in this crisis any more than is necessary.
That won't be necessary, you're saying?
Fascinated though I am by what a genius can achieve through an obsession that knows no bounds.
Cousin, wait!
There are a number of matters Abi and I disagree on. Whether you are suited to being a warrior is very much one of them.
Ooh.
Still, I can only assume it was the guidance of the flames and Arusha that led you here. Battle is almost upon us, and I will be watching to see how you fare through it.
Damn.
Very.
As much as I'd love to write him off as an arrogant asshole, I can't get enough of a read on him.
Yeah. There's a lot of history with him we haven't been told yet.
Just how tough is he?
I'd say he's one of the strongest Jaegers who ever lived.
One of? Your conversation is over then? Ren, where are the others? They're still here. There was talk of them returning to the capital, but that's not going to be possible now with the whole area on lockdown. The roads, the railways, even the airspace around Edith is sectioned off. Not like that comes as any surprise after what happened. What do you mean? What happened now? There was an explosion in Ankerville City. What? There were no casualties, fortunately, but we suspect that Almata might have been involved. Okay. Ankerville's a decent-sized city north of the capital, right? Yeah, that must have been just a diversion while this is their real target. Oh, I think that's almost certain. However, given its proximity to the capital, we can't afford to take it lightly. Both the CID and the Guild are being pushed to their limits right now. We won't be able to give you any backup. That's fine, we weren't expecting any to begin with. But you can at least share whatever info you managed to gather, surely. That goes for stuff from ZCF and the Foundation, too. That sounds fair to me, insofar as our interests align, of course. I'll also do what I can. Just take care of Anya's for me in return, please. Thank you, Ren. I hear the initial work is done on your concierge, too. Oh, that's cool. We got a lot of questions for her. And that's Professor Hamilton's family for you. Geniuses to the last. Oh, thanks for telling us. That's so good to hear. She was being seen to in the Associate Professor Alsmire's room, wasn't she? Let's go say hi then. Yeah, we'll do that first before the rounds, I assume. Because we'll need to do the rounds, but I am interested to speak to Risette at this point. Done it again!
Oh, hello there.
I hope everything went well.
Thanks. Sounds like you pulled an all-nighter, huh?
Looks like Zeros is up and running again. Fortunately for us, the damage for him wasn't so bad. I just wish I could say the same about Risette. Putting her back to the way she was is going to take a while.
Please, don't be so downhearted. The first-rate care you've been giving me has stabilized my vitals a considerable amount.
Ew. I mean, we have several questions for you. How long have you been a weapon? to fight shadows, is my question.
I'm relieved to hear that.
Have you spoken to Mr. Thorndyke?
Did before coming here, yeah. He's as much of a questionable character as I was expecting. Their chief of security is the same old standoffish grump, too. You'd think it'd kill him to put on a smile.
That's just how they are, I'm afraid.
It's fine, you know. You don't need to force yourself to speak.
For what it's worth, her life isn't in any danger here.
Well, that's good.
The medicine you helped me with yesterday seems to have been working wonders.
So what, right, okay. What happens here if you didn't do that? Would she just be in incredible pain? Like, how does that work? Like, what if you didn't do the quest? It wasn't a required quest, was it?
She's right. It has really made this easier for me.
Good to hear. We sure didn't think it'd end up being used on you when we took that job on.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, mainly from just the voice, I suspected something like this was going to be going on with Risette, but not this quickly and not to this degree and not involving this quest.
The artificial limbs that Mr. Thorndyke brought with him are compatible with her too. That's not to say you shouldn't take it easy. Anything that involves the nervous system is a heavy burden on the body. The best thing you can do for yourself right now is get lots and lots of rest.
I will. Thank you. Though, I truly am sorry for not being able to support you all when you need it most.
Don't sweat it. We can take things from here. You just kick back and relax. Next time you wake up, you can bet we'll have good news to share. And a hell of a big bonus, too.
I'll have to look forward to that then, won't I? Follow your hearts and act as you always do. And everything will be fine.
Sorry, but I'd like to ask you something. Why? Why did you risk your life to save mine? No one should have to put themselves through something like this over someone like me.
It was because you were just so dazzlingly radiant in that moment, I suppose.
Okay.
What?
You have so many people who care about you, and you care about them just as much in return. To someone who's lost her bonds, memories, and even body, the sight was almost blinding. I'm a little jealous of all you have, if I'm to tell the truth. So please, treat yourself like an irreplaceable treasure, not just for you, but for those who love you too.
My question is, has she always covered up that sort of like line around her neck? Is this the first time we've seen it? Or is it the first time I've noticed it? Like, did she always have her collar buttoned up, sort of thing? I imagine she did. Otherwise, I would have been immediately like, hold on, something's going on here. About Risette. Just how much of her is artificial anyways? From the sounds of it, it's pretty much like they transposed? I guess that's the word? Her personality onto a sim? Based on how they've worded everything, but we'll get it clarified, I imagine. I don't know for sure, but my guess is a lot. You were indirectly involved in making her who she is too, right? That's right. We assisted Marduk in researching artificial biological limbs some time ago. Our partnership only produced a prototype though. Never imagined they would actually start using that technology like this. Risette was clearly the result of multiple different technologies being used together, not just the one they developed with us. I've heard this is also a field that the Institute of Technology over in the Empire has been looking into. Fan, you seem like you've known the truth for a while. I couldn't be sure, but I had a feeling. This is the thing I like about Van. It's like he's similar to me in some ways. Just the aspect of like he pays attention to the little details and just reserves that information, being like, hold on, I'm just gonna see what comes about here before I put the pieces together. Because I genuinely feel like I'm coming up on one of those moments where it's like, let's use this dungeon as a place to do theories. Because I feel like I'm getting to that point with some of the things that are going on with the Genesis. I just feel that coming. There's pieces falling into place for me that are like, hold on here. So anyway, I could tell the image I was seeing during our video calls was artificially generated. So it took me really off guard when she just showed up in person in Tharbad. It was only when I noticed that she moved faster and kind of different from normal people that I started putting 2 and 2 together. Makes sense? I did feel like there was something strange about her, but I never would have imagined it was because of this. She's capable of far greater power and speed than an ordinary human, but she also has less precise control over her body in exchange. She could use a keyboard like crazy though. Can't imagine just how much effort she must have put in to be able to move as naturally as she does. She'll be able to return to the way she was, won't she? I'm sure she will. Right, Professor? I think there's every chance of that. The technology involved seems to be fairly well established by Marduk at this point. It won't be easy to make all the precise adjustments after reattaching her limbs, but I'll make sure it happens. We're counting on you. She might be on loan to us from Marduk, but she's as much a member of Arkwright Solutions as the rest of us. Too right, man. Too right. Anyway, time for us to get out there. Right. We need to do what we can and put Risette at ease.
Wait! Please.
You're coming with, of course.
If it's not too much to ask, could I keep helping you?
I mean, yeah, of course.
I want to stop Professor Callaghan and the devils who've done this to him by my own hand. No matter what it takes.
See, it goes back to that thought I had where I was like, when we found his body, I was thinking, I think I even said it, didn't I? Like, I was pointing out, like, I think his death is somehow related to what they're doing. Like, that's the final payment, the final step. It just didn't seem right. It was based on the conversation he had on that recording. It was like, there's just, there was something more, and it's like, oh.
Oh, Katra.
Sorry, but no can do.
What?
I suppose that's the right decision after I landed Risette in a hospital bed. I wasn't able to use Fio and Zeros at even half of their potential, either.
No, it's clearly not going to be that.
If all I'm going to be is a burden to the team.
No.
That ain't what I'm saying. You're no burden. We're gonna need you and your engineering know-how here for sure. But we're also not a charity. We only do favors for people if the client and price are a good fit. You heard what Risette said, right? If you did, then you should know what you gotta do, and where you went wrong.
You need to help fix Risette.
You're right. I should never have done something that would upset the people who care about me. And I never will again. I just want to stop the chaos unfolding in Basel and the misuse of technology that created it. And if I'm gonna do that, it's not the help of the police or guild I need. It's you. As compensation, I can offer you my skills and expertise on technology.
Oh, a fair trade.
I can also give you my word that I'll help Essie put Risette back to the way she was as fast as possible.
I don't see an issue here, then.
Is that enough to make me a good fit for you?
It sure is. We'd be happy to take that 4 SPG on. We'll be counting on you now. Couldn't ask for better than a student of Professor Hamilton's.
Thank you. I won't let you down.
Promise me you'll take good care of him, okay? I'll be working around the clock too. Promise. Thank you so much. Time to get down to business.
To defeat the Huns. The CID's Special Ops Unit is gonna be here this evening. That means we've only got half a day left to do what we want. Once they're here, we're done. We gotta make this time count. Sure felt to me like Almata's work was done after making the AI a success. That's what I was thinking. Like, where are we going now? Obviously, we're stuck because of the lockdown, but it is like, hold on. I thought they just scarpered and they were off to their next location, end of chapter, boom, back to Edith at some point. You sure they didn't just bounce? No, I'm certain they're still in the region. The abnormalities in the orbital net and distribution network are less pronounced than yesterday, but they're still present. Something's still happening, I'm sure of it. I mean, the whole point that you were thinking was the idea that they were going to try and create nuclear weapons, and they needed some kind of singularity to do that. Now they've made the singularity. Therefore, the next step, like that's all I'm thinking. I just thought they got away with it. They're like, oh, they're going to go make a nuke. You know. But we'll see. Really? Then Almata's research is still going on somewhere in the city. Risette mentioned something earlier that I think will help me.
This might be fundamentally different to what happened in Crossbell, but I still think that is our closest reference point. The orbital network and septium veins were used in the development of highly advanced technology then as well. Basel City also has both, making it the perfect environment to finish what they started.
With the orbital network and the septium veins at their disposal, they have access to effectively unlimited resources for their research. If Professor Callaghan has reached the heights that the Singularity and Crossbell did, then our foes are probably lurking somewhere in the region finishing what they started. That's still a very large area to try and find them in, though. We'll have to find some way to narrow down our search. If we could get close enough to their location, the Genesis might react and show us we're on the right track, too. Using the damn thing like a metal detector, huh? Suppose we've got to try anything we can at this point. Let's see if there are any more 4SPGs to take care of while we start asking around. There's no telling where we might find a clue that will lead us to the truth. I'll help however I can. Wait, should I not be meddling in your other jobs now that I'm a client instead of a guide? Don't be silly. You're one of us now. You are our client, but how about we just treat you more like a temp for now? Oh, okay. That works for me. Head pat. We're happy to have you with us. Even if it means the kid to adult ratio is evened out here. Well then, let's get to work. I want to stop by the guild, Vern, Giscard's workshop, every random NPC along the way. Should probably talk to our resident genius professor too. Those sounds like good places to start for me. Alright. So, yeah, we're going to use this as a place to end this part, obviously. And in the next part, we'll make our way around the Institute. Do the rounds here, then I think we'll start with Newtown between the two here because it's green rather than red. So we'll go there, get that 4SPG, see what's going on there. So, we shall see you in the next part. Ta-da for now.